So hello everybody, welcome to this Facebook Live where I'm going to be sharing a number of strategies for shifting away from focusing on symptoms and towards calm and peace. I did say it was 37 strategies. Currently there are 45 strategies, so we'll see how many we get to and we'll practice some of those strategies. This topic came up because I was working with a few clients and we were exploring how to shift away from focusing on symptoms, catastrophizing, creating stories, and just refocusing in a more helpful way. Okay. I do encourage clients or invite clients to use the word sensations rather than symptoms because I think it's a bit less emotive and more neutral. So I'm going to share a number of strategies and feel free to close your eyes, obviously only if it's safe to do so. Obviously don't close your eyes at any point if it's not safe to do so. So first strategy is just to focus on your breath. So I invite you to do that now for a moment. You may put both your hands on your heart or one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And just focus on your breath as you breathe in, breathing in through your nose as long as that's comfortable. As you breathe out, again breathing out through your nose. You may choose to imagine your breath as a colour. And as you breathe in, imagine it going into your lungs, and maybe that colour just spreading throughout your whole body. And as you do that, as that colour reaches every cell, those cells are nourished by the breath, by the oxygenated blood circulating around your body. With each in-breath, you're taking in what you need. With each out-breath, just letting go of anything that no longer serves you. You can carry on doing that for a minute or a few minutes. You might choose to set your timer for 5 minutes, let's say, and just allow your mind and body to relax. You might just do that for 1 minute a few times a day, maybe before a meal or after a meal. In the group coaching call we did this morning, which is part of the Your Best December challenge, and everyone's welcome to join. There are a few more sessions left on a Wednesday at 4:30. We've got 2 more sessions and 1 more session on next Thursday at 9 a.m. You're welcome to join that. But we were talking about cultivating good habits, and one way of cultivating habits, making it easy, is to have a prompt. So for instance, every time I turn the kettle on, I might choose to spend a minute doing that exercise. Or one of the exercises I'm going to share. Every time I go to the loo, I might choose to just do a minute of meditation or relaxation afterwards. In my case, I'm choosing to do some weights each time I go to the loo. So you can use anything as a prompt. Okay, might be when you brush your teeth, after you brush your teeth, you spend a minute doing relaxation. And that way we get into habits and then they become easy. So feel free to open your eyes if you like, so you can see the next strategy that I'm going to share. So there's a video in which Paul McKenna talks about a method called the Havening method. And one of the strategies for the Havening method is you just stroke your arms like this. Okay, try that and see how you find that. If you follow the video that he does, there's also some eye movement. Okay, but even this physical strategy, some people find soothing. Okay, staying on the physical, Peter Levine suggests you put one hand under one arm and the other hand over the other arm, and just hold yourself in that position. Okay, again, see how that feels. Alternatively, you might just give yourself a hug. Some clients do that, or when they're lying in bed they hug a pillow, imagining that they're hugging their inner child. Some people say, oh, that's a bit crazy, but when they do it, they find it relaxing and soothing. Okay? Alternatively, you might give yourself a massage, either massaging your hands or your feet, your ears. Some people find that relaxing, just gently massaging your ear or using a feather. I imagine that I would find that more relaxing if I was using a feather. Personally, I quite like giving myself a head massage, massaging my face. Okay, so find out what works for you. Sometimes stroking your belly can be quite soothing. And I've got this device that some of you have seen before. I don't know what it's called, but if you go onto Amazon you might find it by putting in the search head massager. And this literally, when I do this, sends tingles down my spine and gives me goosebumps. So it's very sensual and I do find it relaxing. Okay, so try that. If you've got that, or if you want to get it, stick it on your Christmas list and buy it for yourself or get someone else to buy it for you. Let me know so far, out of those strategies, are there any that you find particularly relaxing or soothing so far? And I'm also always interested in your strategies, so do feel free, if you're watching live or the replay, to add your comments for strategies. And what I'm going to do is if people would like it, I'm going to create a PDF with a whole list of these strategies with some links to some additional resources, which I'll talk about in a moment. So do let me know so far from the strategies I've shared. I've only shared about 5 strategies so far, but which ones do you particularly like? All right. So the next strategy is the body scan, and maybe we can do that for a moment. So again, I'd like you just to close your eyes. So Mari says breathing was relaxing. Thanks for letting me know, Mari. It's good to know. So the next exercise is the body scan, which some of you may be familiar with. So what I'd like you to do again is to close your eyes, and obviously only close your eyes if it's safe to do so. And I'd like you to just focus on a part of your body that feels good right now. Okay, so and as you focus on that part of the body that feels good, sometimes I ask clients to do that and they say, I can't find a part of the body that feels good. And I say, well, what are your earlobes like right now? You know, I don't hear people say, oh, I've got really tired earlobes at the moment. So there are parts of your body, might be your eyelashes, might be your nose, might be your fingernails. Okay, there are parts of your body that feel good. Alright? So focus on one of those parts of the body. And I'd like you to imagine that part of the body, those good feelings in that part of the body, as a colour. What colour represents those good feelings? As you focus on that part of the body, imagining that colour, now imagine just turning the brightness of that colour up. And as you turn up the brightness, have that colour starting to spread throughout your body, reaching the parts that need it most. As you breathe in and out, having that colour spreading throughout your whole body, from your head to your toes, swirling around you. So that simple exercise is called the body scan. Again, just when you're ready, you can just let me know how you found doing that exercise, whether you're watching live or the replay. So Isabel says massage with oil, yeah, that's nice. And Lynn says the heart, the breath, the hands and hugs. I hug myself, hand massage, rubbing my tummy, touching my hair. Yeah, that's, that can be very essential for those of you that have got hair. Okay, so the next strategy is the timeout relaxation. As I say, I'll add the link to a PDF, so if you'd like that, comment PDF in the comments, and when that's ready, it'll be a little Christmas gift for you. I will send you a PM with the link. So next strategy, moving more into the kind of mindset, is to make positive predictions instead of negative predictions. Okay, I notice that this in myself and in others, there's this tendency to make negative predictions. Might be, this event is not going to go well. Maybe if someone's feeling a bit concerned about a family gathering because there's sometimes some tension. But consider, if we're saying that to ourselves over and over again, we're getting ourselves into a state of tension. Whereas actually, if we start kind of visualizing the event going well, being relaxed, whatever happens, feeling good about ourselves, then we're starting to create some different neurology in our brain, and that can impact our physiology and our feelings. And one thing we can do to support that is the next tip number 9, is to repeat a mantra. It might be, if you're in a bit of a dip or crash, this will pass. Might be, I trust in my mind and body's incredible healing power. I trust in my ability to make decisions that support me. I am safe. Even though I have these sensations, I am safe. I love you. You are enough. Or I am enough. There isn't a tiger in the room. I'm safe. I'm okay. Or make up your own mantra. So Lynn says she thought about the heart being purple, and her mantra that she likes is, I trust in my body, mind's healing power. So the next thing we can do, which we know has an effect on our physiology, is to smile. So when you're doing any of those guided relaxations, that, as the one I've just shared or some of the others I'll mention, you can put a smile on your face. This kind of tells the brain and the body that we're feeling good, okay? And the next strategy, which is a bit strange, but I remember someone teaching me this. So Mari says, all will be well. I really like that. So thanks for sharing that. Yeah, the next thing to do to practice is to allow yourself to salivate. Okay? When we're experiencing fear, the mouth gets dry. When we salivate, the brain thinks we're safe and relaxed. So just allowing yourself to have moisture in your mouth can actually help relax the mind and body. So the next strategy, this is strategy 20, become the observer. Okay? So practice observing your physical sensations, your emotion or feelings, what your mind is doing, and what your spiritual outlook is. Let me explain that last one. Very simply, what I'm talking about is that we can be somewhere on the spectrum between fear and trust. And just observing where we are, being the observer, noticing without having a conversation about it, without catastrophizing, without creating a story, just the ability to observe our body, the physical sensations, the emotions and feelings, what our mind is doing, or where we are in that kind of spiritual outlook, teaches our mind and body and physiology that it is safe to experience physical and emotional sensations if we practice that. Okay? So, when you notice your thoughts, you can say to yourself, I notice I'm thinking about these sensations. I encourage people not to use the word my sensations, because that's possessive, makes it a bit more or a bit less temporary. Okay, so just I'm thinking about these sensations. The next step is to imagine popping that thought or sensation onto a cloud and watch it float off. And then you can do any of the other strategies that I've mentioned, for instance, just focusing on your breath. If you notice you are experiencing some anxiety or fear at the moment, just recognise there's part of you that's scared and wants to be heard. You could think of it as the frightened inner child, and just say thank you to that part. And now let the part of you that operates from trust and love speak. What does that part say? Perhaps it would reassure the child. It might state one of those mantras that I've mentioned, or one that you have created. It might say, thank you for trying to take care of me, but I'm going to take care of both of us. And we're going to use some new strategies. So, next strategy is to interrupt the thoughts that are unhelpful in some way. Okay? You might sing a song. You might connect with someone and ensure that you talk about something other than your health and their health. Okay? Send someone a message to let them know you're thinking about them. Okay, so strategy 30. Okay, do an activity that you can get lost in. It might be art, painting or drawing. At one point in my Facebook group, we did a drawing challenge. And as I'm really not very talented at drawing, I'd watch, let's say we were drawing a giraffe, I'd go onto YouTube and watch a video on how to draw a giraffe. And as a result, my giraffe was a lot more respectable. But what I found is that it's very engaging doing that, watching the video and then drawing along, colouring it in. You know, some people really enjoy just doing colouring. A friend of mine at one point really got into colouring, you know, having a colouring book, and found it really therapeutic doing that. You know, you might play an instrument, sew, crochet, knit, do a puzzle or crossword. There's an online puzzle called puzzlegrid.com, which is quite a fun thing to do on your own or with others. Okay, I sometimes meet up with some friends and we have a chat, but then we always end up doing some of this puzzle grid. Okay, I think it's called puzzlegrid.com actually. So strategy 31, watch or listen something that makes you laugh or read a book that you can get lost in. Next strategy, if appropriate and it's tolerable, move your body. You might do some stretching, some yoga, shaking your body gently, doing some Qigong. Check out the video on my YouTube channel, mecfs Explored, where I shared a Qigong routine, and I used to do it just for 1 minute when I was feeling poorly, and I found that by doing that for a minute, once, twice, 3 times, 5 times a day, it strengthened my system. Okay, consider that animals do that. If they experience a challenging situation that resolves, they shake their body, they shake out, they move. Peter Levine talks about baby lions, I think, who were chased by a cheetah maybe, and when they got away, climbed up a tree, cheetah went off, and afterwards they chased each other. Okay, and it was a way of discharging some of that energy and practicing how to get away from a cheetah. So Lynn says, Peter Kay makes me laugh. Yeah, you know, check who's your favourite comedian. Okay, pop that in the chat if you like. I'm always interested to know. If I'm at home, at the moment, I watch at least an episode of Big Bang Theory whilst I'm doing the washing up. Okay, next thing, as well as moving your body, you can make a sound to discharge the energy in your body. I remember reading an article. This woman was interviewing Denzel Washington, and she was a bit nervous. They were in a car, in a limo, I think. And he said, look, just wind the window down and scream. Just, they were on a highway, so no one would have noticed. And she said she felt more relaxed after she did that. She just went, ah, and discharged some energy. So find a way of discharging your energy. A friend of mine, when I was on a sailing holiday, taught me this thing that the Maoris do to discharge energy, which is to put your hands up like this, and then I'll step back a bit to show you. You make a noise and you just go, whoa! And you do this a few times and it discharges energy. We were all a bit tense when our engine on our sailing boat stopped working. We had to sail up this narrow bay, and lots of people watching us, and it was, we had to make sure we didn't crash into the rocks. So it was a bit of a tense situation, but afterwards we did this thing to kind of shake out all the tension. All right. So next strategy, do some journaling. Write whatever is in your head. Okay. If I do journaling, I always finish with some positive action steps that I'm going to take. Okay. And I'm sure I do one of those positive action steps as soon as possible. So the next strategy is to meditate. If you're not used to meditating, just do it for 1 minute. Okay. I've made a short video where I talk people through a simple meditation that's on my YouTube channel, but again, I'll put the link in the PDF if people would like it. Next strategy is to practice gratitude, to name 5 things that you're grateful for. According to research, doing gratitude, I think once a week, actually results in more happiness. Okay, so next strategy, use power words. So I had a client who was waking up in the morning, she was focusing on her symptoms and then feeling helpless and hopeless. And we explored some strategies, and one of the strategies she liked was when she woke up to just say to herself powerful words like calm, peaceful, strong, resilient, loving, wise, pragmatic, flexible, accepting. And I've shared this before, but there's this book called The A to Z of Positive Thinking, and it's literally full of words that are positive. So I've opened it randomly. Fun, free, funny, fabulous, faithful, fantastic, fascinating. Okay, so imagine what effect that's going to have if you're doing that rather than focusing on your symptoms first thing in the morning. Okay, so another strategy that I've created is called, I didn't create this strategy. It was created by a chap called Brian Johnson, but I've adapted it. It's called Flip the Switch. Again, if you'd like that exercise, the audio and the PDF where I walk people through that includes making a pact with yourself, then I'll put that in the PDF. Next strategy, set boundaries for yourself. Okay, a lot of people I work with are very good at pushing themselves, then they go into a dip or a crash, and then they feel discomfort. So the more that we can set boundaries and approach activities, approach movement in a sustainable way, that's going to cause more calm and peace. Next strategy, number 42. Set boundaries with others, especially if their behaviour is unacceptable. Next strategy, let go or consider letting go of people or distancing yourself from people who are not good for you. If there are people who you just know have a negative effect, then consider whether it is time to let go of those people. And instead, someone said, when we let go of people who aren't good for us, we make space for people who are. Next strategy, find your tribe. People who support you. You're welcome to join my Facebook group, which is a place where people can express themselves. In fact, yesterday someone said, I shouldn't share my opinion on this topic. And I said, look, you're welcome to share your opinion. All opinions welcome. We can have respectful discussion. We don't have to agree, but this is a place where people can share their point of view. Obviously, as long as it's not inciting hate or hate crime. Okay, so next strategy, listen to a guided relaxation. Strategy 46. Give yourself a pat on the back every day. I encourage people when they go to bed to think or write down at least 3 things that you can give yourself a pat on the back for. Okay. I tend to think them at night, and when I remember to journal in the morning, I write them down. So that's 46 strategies. Maybe I should get it to 47. That's a nice number, and it's the meaning of life as well, isn't it? So, as I say, if you'd like the PDF, I see Mari and Dana has said PDF, please and thank you. You are welcome. I will create that and make it available. You'll get it before Christmas. Okay. Lynn says she likes the pat on the back. So yeah, comment PDF if you'd like that list of strategies, and I will create it and get it to you. So before we finish, just want to let you know that next week I'm going to be doing a live training next Thursday at 5 o'clock. Exploring answers. If you want answers, if you have ME/CFS, long COVID, fibromyalgia, POTS, related conditions, and you want answers, I'm going to be talking about 3 things. Number 1, an explanation of why you're experiencing physical and mental exhaustion and not progressing as much as you'd like. Number 2, we'll talk about how to create a personalised plan so you know what to do to help you move from where you are to where you want to be. 3, we'll talk about the tools that are designed to address the issues that are affecting your health, energy and your life. And if you want help with all of that, I'll tell you what next steps you can take. So if you'd like to join that live or watch the replay, comment plan below and I'll PM you the link as soon as it is live, and you can join the live session or watch the replay, and I'll be sharing a few resources for you. So if you're watching, do tag me or send me a PM, because I don't always get the notifications, if you'd like the PDF or to watch that session next week. So we've done about half an hour, so let's pause there. So Isabel says plan. Okay, I'll make sure you get that link when it's ready. So maybe we'll finish with a very brief relaxation. So again, I invite you to close your eyes, and maybe we'll do the flip the switch. So I'd like you just to close your eyes, and obviously only close your eyes if it's safe to do so. And ensure that you're comfortable, whether you're sitting or lying down. And imagine there's a thread pulling the top of your head, just adjusting your posture. And as you breathe in through your nose into your belly and out of your nose, I'd like you just to connect to that part of you that is your best self. Some people call it the wise self, the authentic self, the true self, the higher self. You can call it whatever you like. Okay, some clients have come up with some interesting names. So connect to that part of you that has the capacity for wisdom, that has shown up many times in your life, where maybe you were faced with a challenging situation, or maybe a friend was, and you just responded in a resourceful way. I'd like you to consider how often you connect to that part of you and remind yourself that that part of you exists. So as you connect to that part of you now, I'd like you to consider some of the qualities that you embody when you're connected to that part of you. Maybe patience, pragmatism, acceptance, calm, compassion, courage, trust. And as you breathe in and out, just feeling connected to that best version of you, I'd like you just to put a smile on your face. And consider that as you go through those steps, adjusting your posture, breathing in through your nose, focusing on your breath as you breathe into your belly and out your nose, connecting to that best version of you, putting a smile on your face. You're flipping the switch, activating the parasympathetic response. I invite you to do that little exercise or any of those other exercises that we've talked about today. Once, twice, 3 times a day, whatever feels right for you. Just recognizing that the more we're activating the parasympathetic state, we're supporting the body's healing. So anyway, for now I'm going to say thanks everybody for watching, and as I say, put a comment if you want the PDF, put a comment if you'd like to join me for the live session next week or watch the replay. But for now I'll say thanks for watching. You're welcome, Isabel. Keep going, you've got this. Wishing you great health. You're welcome, Lynn. Bye for now. So Susan says she's just tuned in after a sleep. Well, you can watch the replay, Susan. Nice to see you on the call. Okay. So you are welcome, Dana. Bye for now, everybody. Stephanie says, thank you, this was wonderful. You are welcome. Yana says thank you as well. You're welcome all. Bye for now.